I'm Arlene Elsenroad. I'm the Dean of Enrollment Services here at Irvine Valley College, and I want to welcome you to tonight's Parent Transfer Night. A little bit about my background. I am a product of the community college. I was not admissible to a university out of high school. I spent 5 years attaining my associate's degree from Fullerton College, and then ultimately transferred to finish my baccalaureate and master's degree. And so I personally have a lot of passion and interest in the community college and the services it provides to students and the gateway it provides to students to higher education. I want to tell you a little bit about California community colleges. They provide instruction to 2.6 million students a year. That's 25% of the nation's community college population. There are 112 community colleges in the state of California, organized into 71 districts, making California community colleges the largest system of higher education in the world. California community colleges train 70% of California's nurses, 80% of our firefighters, police officers, and emergency medical technicians. We transfer 28% of the UC graduates and 54% of the CSU graduates. Students who earn a California community college degree or certificate nearly double their earnings within 3 years of completing that program. In 2011, the Board of Governors established a task force to look at student success, examine best practices and models for increasing student success. In that, the task force passed what's now called SB 1456. And rename some of the matriculation processes as being the student success and support programs. In this, we refocus on the core services, those things that we know and the research tells us that make students successful. That's completing orientation, assessment, and receiving counseling and advisement. Also in that, new system-wide enrollment priorities was passed. Before, each district had the flexibility of providing enrollment priorities based on local community needs. Now it is a system-wide, so we're all doing basically the same thing. They also passed some regulations on restricting the repeatability of courses, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a few minutes. Now I'll talk a little bit about the IVC flavor of how we're making these things work. For fall 2014, IVC made a number of changes to the admissions process. We launched the Freshman Advantage program, in which freshmen who are entering IVC will receive an enhanced registration time, an earlier registration time, giving them the best opportunity to get the classes they need to be successful. We also opened admission for all students on March 1st, aligning that admission opening with the FAFSA and the financial aid needs to process. And so that's something we tried to do to increase students' opportunities for success. And freshmen who are fully matriculated by May 15th will receive what we call an enhanced registration time, meaning they'll get an opportunity to register for their classes before our continuing students, allowing them best opportunity to get the classes they really need in their first year. So what does a student have to do to be admitted to IVC? They need to complete the following steps, and they need to complete them in order because they build on each other. First, you apply for admission. Then you would apply for financial aid. While that's not required, it is strongly recommended. Every student will qualify for some form of aid, whether it be a student loan, possibly a scholarship, a grant, or even the Board of Governors fee waiver. Then you would complete orientation, and orientation is an introduction to college. It will tell you the policies and procedures that you need to be successful here at Irvine Valley College. Then you complete assessment. An assessment is merely a measure of your current mathematics and English skill. That way we know exactly where to place you in our curriculum, again, placing you on the best chance for college success. Then you will complete advisement, where you will work with a counselor to provide exactly what courses you will need, and you will complete your abbreviated first semester academic plan. That will tell you what you're going to take probably in your first, maybe second semester here at IVC. There are two types of academic plans. One is the abbreviated. We just talked about that a little bit. It'll talk about your first and second semester here. Then the next will be the comprehensive ed plan, which you'll be required to complete once you've completed 15 degree applicable units here at IVC, or before the end of your, by the end of your third semester, before you register for your fourth semester. And that comprehensive ed plan will give you the roadmap you need to finish your entire educational goals here at Irvine Valley College. Talked about the enrollment priorities. Here's how the enrollment priorities will work. Priority groups will go first. Those are the students who are DSPS, veterans, EOPS, foster youth. Those are required in education code that these groups received a priority appointment. So they go first. Then our freshman advantage students who complete all those matriculation steps by May 15th. So important that you complete those steps by that date, because that gets you probably the third, the fourth, the fifth day of enrollment. Most of the classes will still be open. We can't guarantee you'll get your class, but it gives you certainly your best chance at them. Then the continuing students are enrolling, and they come in behind because they should be taking the second year classes. So you shouldn't be competing with those continuing students anymore. And so they come after that. We're expecting that those dates will be July 1st through July 18th, and those populations will register then. After that, the new and returning students come. Now, that's new students to this district, returning students, people who've been here before and have stepped out, or those who complete their matriculation steps after May 15th. So you're looking at about the 15th, 16th, 17th day of registration. So that's why it's so important to complete those early. Our emeritus populations are non-credit. Lower priority students are those who are here only for personal enrichment, for the most part, who are not seeking degrees or certificates. And then our concurrently enrolled high school students. Now, we talked a little bit about repeating courses. Essentially, once you complete a course and you pass it, you're done. You can't take it again. There are very, very limited exceptions that can be made. Let's say you need to repeat the course because you were forced to withdraw or you didn't actually get a passing grade. You're limited as to the number of times you can attempt to repeat that course. You may only repeat that course 2 more times. So it's really important to really work hard when you get into the classes. Some of our classes are designated as repeatable, and they're very strict guidelines as to which courses the college can designate as repeatable. And so you're allowed to take those up to the maximum number of times that is indicated in the catalog. Now, why did the legislature care about the repetition of courses? Well, in 2009-2010, over 750,000 students had been repeating a course at least 2 times. That was 51% of the students enrolled. So it wasn't so much a financial issue as it was an access issue. And so you can see that there's been some progress made in that now we're down below 500,000 students actually repeating a course. So it has helped considerably. For the first time in the history, students have responsibilities written in that they have to meet certain criteria, they have to meet certain objectives. Students must complete the matriculation requirements. Before it was optional. Lots of research out there shows us that students don't do optional. So that's why it's important. We're really interested in your success. Students are going to be required to identify an education and career goal. They're going to be required to engage in these course activities and complete assigned coursework. They're going to be required to complete their courses and maintain progress towards that educational goal to maintain their enrollment. And they're going to be required to complete the comprehensive ed plan. Those who do not complete the comprehensive ed plan will be prevented from enrolling in that 4th semester. So I hope I've given you some brief tools as to how you can be successful at Irvine Valley College. We really are here to help you succeed, and we look forward to serving you. If you have any questions, please feel free to visit the Admissions and Records office. We're on the 1st floor of the Student Services building. Also, here is our contact information, phone number, and website address. Thank you.